Gotta keep my head up, never get that low, 'cause I'm living this life, now it's all I know. Like, oh, it's the life I chose.
Welcome guys to another episode of WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. My name is Kaisah Wrestling. We're coming to you today with none other than Thursday Night Smackdown Live, and we're going to tell you guys the fallout of the Payback PPV, the triple threat steel cage match between John Cena, AJ Styles, and Bray Wyatt, the Intercontinental Championship, Fatal 4-Way, and more. Money in the Bank details we will let you guys know on this episode of Smackdown. What a monumental pay-per-view it was, and here comes the commissioner of Smackdown Live, Shane McMahon. What a way to start out Smackdown Live. And here comes the commissioner right now. And I know Shane McMahon definitely has a lot of feelings about what happened in that triple threat steel cage match, as AJ Styles did walk out the WWE Champion. And from what we've seen, Shane McMahon has not really had a lot of love for AJ Styles, so I wonder how he's going to react to that victory as the Money in the Bank ladder match approaches and more. Shane McMahon has a lot on his plate. Alright guys, let's address the elephant in the room. Matt Hardy made his return at the Payback pay-per-view, costing Jeff Hardy a match for the WWE Championship. So unfortunately we cannot undo that. Randy Orton is still going to be your #1 contender, because at the Payback pay-per-view, thanks to Matt Hardy's little attack, Jeff Hardy suffered an injury, and we don't know when we're going to be expecting him back. So unfortunately Jeff won't be here for a little while, and I'm hoping a speedy recovery for the charismatic Enigma. But we have to move on to bigger things. The Money in the Bank ladder match. So as you know, at Payback, or at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, there's going to be 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, one for Raw and one for Smackdown Live. So how the Smackdown Live one is going to work is that we're going to have a series of matches to find out who's going to earn those spots in that match. So after his great performance at Payback, Bray Wyatt is an automatic entry into that Money in the Bank ladder match. He's going to be the first man announced, and the other 5 will be determined over the next couple of weeks. But the last entry, the 6th entry, will be a surprise, so nobody will know who that is until the actual pay-per-view. So we have that and more in store for you on Smackdown Live. Well, here comes the new WWE Champion, AJ Styles, and he's looking at Shane McMahon like he has 2 heads right now, as AJ Styles is the man yet again on Smackdown Live. He was able to defeat John Cena and Bray Wyatt in that triple threat steel cage match to leave with the title. And now he's just flooring the ring, walking right towards the commissioner. And as we said, these 2 men have not seen eye to eye over the last couple of weeks on Smackdown Live. But now AJ Styles has the gold, so you cannot disagree that he means what he says. It is just like you to miss over the fact that I became the WWE Champion at the Payback pay-per-view. It is just like you to overlook what I've done and overlook the greatness that I brought to this brand, because you're too stupid to realize what you have in front of you. Well, guess what, Shane? I proved you and everybody else wrong when I defeated Bray Wyatt and I defeated John Cena in that steel cage with the odds stacked up against me. AJ, I cannot disagree that you are the man that you say you are. You are the phenomenal one, and you definitely deserve to be the WWE Champion. And I have not forgotten that you beat John Cena and Bray Wyatt at all. I know what you did, and I've witnessed every single moment of it. And I had to say, I was actually pretty surprised. I wasn't expecting you to be the man to walk out of that steel cage match the winner at all. Why don't you shut up, Shane? I'm tired of your praise. I don't need your satisfaction, and I don't need your compliments. I know who I am. I know that I am phenomenal, and I know that I am the best that Smackdown Live has to offer. So that is why I'm going to go to Money in the Bank, and I'm going to defeat Randy Orton, and I'm going to keep the WWE Championship around my waist, whether you like it or not, and nobody is going to stop me in the way. Styles, it's kind of funny that you bring that up, because you have a match tonight, and not only do you have a match tonight, but you have a WWE Championship match tonight, because John Cena is invoking his rematch clause in our main event, and you know what? I'm gonna make it happen. Just because I feel like you're a fighting champion. I feel like you have a lot to prove, and I feel like you definitely have a chip on your shoulder to handle. You bastard. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the disrespect that I get for being the best man on SmackDown Live, and you continue to ridicule me, and you continue to deliver this conspiracy towards me. Well, I don't care, because I'm going to defeat John Cena again tonight and leave the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, so you can take your plans and shove it up your butt, because I'm going to be the winner. Well, I hope you mean what you say, AJ, because if you don't defeat John Cena tonight, you're not going to get a rematch for your WWE World Heavyweight Championship, because there's too much commotion going on for that championship already. So the winner of this match tonight will be facing Randy Orton and defending that championship at Money in the Bank. But I do have some good news. If you do lose this match tonight, I will put you in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Well, AJ Styles is not happy at all with Shane McMahon's decision, and this right here may cost AJ Styles for coming out. Huge announcement from Shane McMahon, as we're gonna have a WWE Championship match tonight, and our main event is gonna be AJ Styles versus John Cena. And what a stipulation! The loser of that match will automatically go into the Money in the Bank ladder match, but they will not get a championship opportunity. So that's going to be one hell of a match between Styles and Cena. But we're going to be kicking off SmackDown Live with one of our Money in the Bank qualifying matches, as it's going to be the Big Red Machine Kane going one-on-one with the returning broken Matt Hardy. The last time we seen Kane in action was when he was at the NXT TakeOver event in London, and he shut up James Storm. Well, hopefully now Kane will be able to blaze his way through Matt Hardy and get this spot at Money in the Bank. So we already know that Bray Wyatt will be part of that ladder match, and this is going to be one hell of a ladder match for SmackDown Live. It's already turning out to be crazy on the Raw side, and there comes broken Matt Hardy. This man came out making his return at the Payback PPV and screwing his brother Jeff Hardy over, and in the meantime, he also injured Jeff Hardy, because Shane McMahon said that Jeff Hardy suffered a little bit of an injury, and we don't know when he's going to come back, and it's all thanks to this man. If it wasn't for Matt Hardy, Randy Orton would not be the #1 contender right now. But Matt Hardy, I guess he has a vendetta against his brother, but now he gets an opportunity to defeat Kane tonight and go to Money in the Bank to earn the second spot in that Money in the Bank ladder match. And here we go. First contest on SmackDown Live underway, as we're going to have another qualifying match a little bit later, right before our huge main event, huge championship match between AJ Styles and John Cena. So as you guys know, Randy Orton is the new #1 contender for the WWE Championship, as he defeated Jeff Hardy in that ladder match, grabbing the briefcase from the top. So now we're going to be hearing from Randy Orton next week regarding his championship shot. Who knows what's going to happen when the Viper steps in the ring with either Styles or John Cena. So it's going to be one hell of a week next week on SmackDown Live to find out what's on the Viper's mind. Now there goes a knee to the back of Matt Hardy. It's not looking so good right now for Matt. So now Matt Hardy just getting his neck wrenched by the Big Red Machine Kane. is it will be one hell of a week for Matt Hardy if he was able to cost Jeff Hardy the WWE Championship and get himself in the Money in the Bank ladder match in the same week. And after injuring his brother, he does not have Jeff Hardy to worry about. So this is going to be a very interesting episode of Smackdown Live, because who knows who's going to be in the other qualifying matches. And as we heard from Shane McMahon, there's going to be one mystery competitor at Money in the Bank who's going to be revealed. So this is going to be one hell of a mystery on Smackdown Live. So now Matt Hardy grabbing the legs of Kane, but Kane kicking him off real quick. It's Matt Hardy. I mean, he had pretty much no time to prepare for this match. Welcome back, Matt Hardy. Your first match is against the 7-foot, 300-pound Big Red Machine and Kane. But Matt Hardy looking pretty good. He's trying to keep Kane down as long as he can. Will Matt Hardy be able to do it, though? So the last time we seen Matt Hardy was a couple of years ago. I mean, he got injured a while ago. I would say at least 2 or 3 years ago, and we haven't seen Matt Hardy since. But he just showed up out of nowhere at the Payback Pay-Per-View. He was the last person anybody was expecting to interfere in that match, and Jeff Hardy did not even see it coming. Jeff Hardy was looking pretty good. He hit that whisper in the wind on Randy Orton, and he had Orton down. But after Matt Hardy came in and delivered the twist of fate, Jeff Hardy just could not respond. Randy Orton climbed that ladder, grabbing that briefcase. So now Kane just destroying Matt Hardy, as now Matt Hardy counters with another arm drag takedown sort of move. So one thing I've learned about Matt Hardy this last week is that he's more dominant than ever. He has something to prove, and he's going to stop at nothing until he gets some championship gold around his waist. So now there goes Matt Hardy just nailing the knee of Kane. Matt Hardy would love nothing more than to come back to the WWE and automatically kind of insert himself into the championship picture. But now Kane grounding and pounding on Matt Hardy. There goes the fist go flying. Now Kane just stomping on the gut. So as far as Kane goes, we have really not seen too much of Kane in action on SmackDown Live, as he's kind of just been taking a little bit of a hiatus. He's showing up every now and then to prove that he's still part of this brand, but Kane has been ghost for the most part. I mean, now it's good that he shows up for this match, because there's a chance that he could insert himself back into the title picture if he gets into the Money in the Bank ladder match. But it's not going to be an easy challenge, as Matt Hardy is hungry. He's back and he wants gold. And honestly, he wants blood as well, as he just destroyed Jeff Hardy. Is now Hardy grabbing Kane, drives him down with a side effect. There goes a cover attempt by Matt Hardy. Will he be able to go to Money in the Bank right now? There goes a kick out there by Kane, as that just was not good enough. Matt Hardy continues to impress, but Kane is going to take a lot to keep the Big Red Machine down for the 3 count, as Kane just dropping Matt Hardy to the mat with that DDT. And now Kane measuring Matt Hardy. If he delivers this choke slam, it may be nighty-night for the returning Matt Hardy, as now Matt Hardy quickly counters with an elbow to the face. And now look at this twist of fate out of nowhere. We saw that to Jeff Hardy. This right here is going to be it. Kane is not going to have a response for that. Matt Hardy's going to Money in the Bank. Thank you for coming, Kane, as Matt Hardy inserts himself into the Money in the Bank ladder match. And just like that, Matt Hardy is a top-tier player here on SmackDown Live. So just like that, Kane lost his chances of getting into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Broken Matt Hardy is going to be going to Money in the Bank to compete for a chance at grabbing that briefcase. I know this, if Jeff is watching this at home, this definitely strikes a nerve. He injured Jeff, and now he gets an opportunity at the title in the future, most likely. So there you have it. Matt Hardy's going to Money in the Bank. This right here is our second featured Money in the Bank qualifying match, as it is going to be The Miz taking on none other than the Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler. So as we saw earlier on today, Matt Hardy did qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. He defeated the Big Red Machine Kane in his SmackDown re-debut, as The Miz He had a fatal 4-way match at the Payback pay-per-view between himself, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Rob Van Dam, and things didn't really turn out the way that the A-lister wanted. He was hoping to leave Intercontinental Champion that day, and Rob Van Dam was the one who got pinned by Dolph Ziggler, so I know that The Miz is definitely not happy at all with Mr. Thursday Night. But nonetheless, The Miz has an opportunity tonight to get himself in that Money in the Bank ladder match to possibly compete for the WWE Championship on a higher card. So, big opportunity for The Miz, but it's also an even bigger opportunity for this man, the show-off, Dolph Ziggler, our Intercontinental Champion, who has been very impressive as of late, as he did lose his Intercontinental Championship for a short little time period at Extreme Rules to Baron Corbin, but ever since winning that championship back on Smackdown Live a couple of weeks ago, Dolph Ziggler has been nothing short of impressive. At the Payback pay-per-view, Ziggler won a situation that we didn't even think he would get out of. He was able to defeat 3 other men to retain the Intercontinental Championship. So he's still heading into Money in the Bank as your reigning Intercontinental Champion. But today he has an opportunity to get himself in the Money in the Bank ladder match to possibly compete for the WWE Championship. And what a match that would be, Ziggler versus AJ Styles. But I mean, we don't even know if AJ Styles will be the WWE Champion after today's match against John Cena. So some crazy action going on Smackdown Live as it is, as Maurice is in the corner of The Miz. You could tell that the Money in the Bank ladder match is adding a lot of animosity in all of these superstars, as Bray Wyatt was the first man confirmed to qualify for that match because Shane McMahon was just impressed with his showings at the Payback pay-per-view in that steel cage match. I mean, Bray Wyatt did not get it done, but he was able to definitely impress our commissioner. And the loser of the match coming up next, the championship match, will be automatically put into the Money in the Bank ladder match. So after today, we're going to have 4 spots already filled, and then we have 1 mystery spot that's going to be taken up. So we're going to see who's going to take that spot at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and we're going to find out who's going to take that final open available spot on another episode of Smackdown in the future. So now The Miz trying to pound away at Dolph Ziggler. As I think this is more than just a Money in the Bank qualifying match for The Miz. He wants to get himself in the Intercontinental Championship picture yet again. I mean, he was able to impress a lot of viewers with his victory over Rob Van Dam at Extreme Rules, but his loss at Payback will definitely put The Miz a little bit further down on the ranking card. So we're going to see if The Miz could get a one-on-one victory over Dolph Ziggler to not only get a shot at the WWE Championship and the Money in the Bank ladder match, but to probably get a future Intercontinental Championship shot. As I guess Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler's feud is dead and gone, but Ziggler continues to be a hot commodity here on Smackdown Live. So it is confirmed that next week we are going to be hearing from the #1 contender for the WWE Championship in Randy Orton. So I wonder what Randy Orton's going to have to say about all of this stuff going on between AJ Styles and John Cena. I mean, he, in my opinion, got very lucky at the pay-per-view that Matt Hardy got involved, because it looked like many points in that match that Jeff Hardy was going to be the one going to Money in the Bank, but there goes a back suplex there from Dolph Ziggler. As Maurice just looks on, and she isn't concerned, as The Miz is yet to go one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler. He's been involved in the Intercontinental Championship match, but he's never went one-on-one with the show-off. So this right here will kind of prove to The Miz if he's good enough to compete on that level. As now, drops Ziggler on the knee, follows it up with a neck breaker. This right there may be enough. Will The Miz be going to Money in the Bank? He needs to go for the cover. No, he's just grabbing Ziggler by the head, going for a superplex, and no, Ziggler counters with a suplex, and The Miz's leg hitting the rope on the way down. Those are always very ugly. Those add a lot of strain to your calves. And now The Miz trying to come back from that little slip up with Dolph Ziggler. You cannot slip up against Ziggler. He's already proven that if you give him just a little bit of leeway, he will go the whole extra mile. So The Miz is now finding out that he's in for the fight of his life. There goes an elbow to the knee of The Miz. So now The Miz would love nothing more than to get in that match, but there goes a famouser by Ziggler. That right there may spell the end. The Intercontinental Champion going for the cover, but Maurice distracting the referee, so he was not able to capitalize on that pinfall. But now Ziggler looking for something else, as now he was trying to swing at the Miz with the right hand, but not able to deliver anything, as now Miz grabs Ziggler, drops him on the knee, right onto the neck. As Ziggler right now, you can see that he's feeling the pain, but he's still fighting. Maurice sliding in a steel chair. That's not going to help the Miz in this cause. As now Ziggler looking very good in this match. All he has to do is put the Miz away, and he pretty much saves himself from having to defend the Intercontinental Championship at Money in the Bank. And now look at this. Maurice distracting Ziggler to allow Miz to rake the back and gain control back in this match. And there goes a Russian leg sweep there. The A-lister looking very good as he picks up that chair. What is this? And Maurice distracting the referee again. The Miz used that steel chair on Ziggler. The referee completely did not even see that. Ziggler getting hit in the gut from that steel chair. And while the Miz using his wife as a distraction yet again to possibly cause Ziggler a Money in the Bank championship spot. And now, here we go. There goes an attempted cutter there by Ziggler, but Miz shrugs him off. That is one thing about the Miz. He's very conniving. He knows how to take advantage of a situation when given to him. And there goes a DDT that sends Ziggler inside out. Legs all over the rope. As now Ziggler able to throw Miz against the turnbuckle. This is one hell of a match between these two. Now Miz goes face first into the top turnbuckle. That right there is not going to be pretty. Now Ziggler grabs Miz. There goes a German suplex into the cover. Maurice trying to distract the referee yet again, and she does successfully. As Ziggler cannot catch a break in this match. At many points in this match, it should have been over. As now Maurice yet again just making her presence known. It's not going to be an easy victory for the Intercontinental Champion. There goes an attempted drop kick from the turnbuckle, but Miz able to counter as Miz was going for maybe a German, and Ziggler just catapults Miz over the top rope with that clothesline as Maurice tries to help her husband back to his feet, but Ziggler in pursuit as now the Intercontinental Champion tosses Miz inside the ring. There goes an elbow right to the face, and Maurice trying to grab Dolph Ziggler, but there is disqualification in this match. Maurice needs to remember, if she puts her hands on Ziggler, that's going to cost the Miz a victory and a possible Money in the Bank championship opportunity or WWE Championship opportunity. There goes a knee right to the back, and there goes the neck breaker. Once again, Ziggler looking up at the lights, but he's able to capitalize, swiping Miz right off of his feet. Just like that, and oh no, Ziggler now tuning up the band. This is the move that put Baron Corbin to sleep a couple of weeks ago. Miz better look out, and a super kick dodge there by the Miz. Miz was able to see that coming. Ziggler did not land that super kick, but he's continuing the offense. Ziggler goes right to the arm. Maurice just looking on. She knows that things aren't looking so good right now for her husband, the Miz. Ziggler puts Miz on the top turnbuckle. What does he have planned here? Now Ziggler grabbed the Miz and face first into the ring. Right off the avalanche face buster. Ziggler's going to go for the capitalization again. Maurice thinks Miz will kick out of that, but the referee's hand hit the mat for 3. The referee's hand hit that mat for 3, but Miz was able to shrug his shoulder up at literally 2 3/4. That was a very close victory for Ziggler. That right there has to be frustrating as now Miz attempted DDT but not able to land it, and now there goes a kick right to the gut of the Miz, and now Ziggler feeling fatigue, and now Miz yet again going for a DDT, but Ziggler able to counter as now brings Miz right into the center of the ring. What does Ziggler have planned here? As now there goes face buster. Face first into the rope. Ziggler needs to capitalize, but he is feeling too fatigued as he's been having to fight off Maurice and the Miz in this match. And there goes a jumping neck breaker there. As now Ziggler in a world of trouble. As now Miz grabbing the leg as he's trying to soften up Ziggler for that figure 4 leg lock. You have to think so. As now Miz was able to defeat Rob Van Dam with a skull crushing finale. He's yet to hit one of those tonight. And now Miz was going for an attempted dropkick to the knee to soften up Ziggler. And there goes a famouser yet again. Miz is down. Not even looking up at the light. Ziggler trying to catch his breath. Ziggler needs to do something big right here. He has Miz right where he needs him. And now some stomps from the Intercontinental Champion is now Ziggler goes into that corner. We know what's coming next. As Ziggler tuning up the band. Trademark from Shawn Michaels, and here goes super kick again, dodged by the Miz, and now Miz was going for a knee, but Ziggler with a clothesline. Miz was able to dodge 2 super kicks already in this match. This has been a crazy performance by the A-lister. Kick out there by the Miz. So either of these guys will make a huge difference in that Money in the Bank ladder match. As that last shot from Ziggler busting open the Miz. This match is getting very violent, very fast. And there goes a dropkick to the knee, but Ziggler saw it coming yet again. This is exactly why Ziggler is your reigning Intercontinental Champion. There goes a face buster again. Driving Miz forehead first into the ring. And there goes an elbow to the leg. We rarely see Dolph Ziggler soften up the legs of any opponent, but he's starting to realize he needs to think of a different strategy to keep the Miz down. Dolph Ziggler has been very impressive in this match. The Intercontinental Champion has been in control basically this whole match, but the Miz just refuses to stay down, and plus that Maurice factor is definitely not making it easy for Dolph Ziggler. As now there goes a punch to the gut. Miz in a world of trouble. As now zigzag there by Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler nails the zigzag. The Miz looking up at the lights. Dolph Ziggler needs to capitalize, but he can't breathe. The Intercontinental Champion is absolutely out of it. He needs to go for the cover. Is now finally dragging the Miz into the middle of the ring, but I think that he took a little bit too much time. Miz is going to power out of that one. Yes, he does. As you saw Maurice's face, she was very worried that the Miz would not be able to kick out. As now here comes Ziggler again, but now Miz keeping Ziggler down. And now what does Miz have planned here? Ziggler shrugs off Miz with those legs. What a match so far. These guys are definitely tearing it up. Who's going to be going to Money in the Bank? It's the Intercontinental Champion with another dropkick to the back of the neck. Ziggler has been very, very violent in this match. I've never seen this side of Dolph Ziggler before, but he's really trying to get his name up on the card on the Smackdown Live roster. And the only way he's going to do that is if he probably wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. There goes a chop right to the chest of the Miz. And now, famous sir for the 3rd time. And of course, Maurice is going to try to cause a distraction as she takes off the top turnbuckle padding. And now, Miz once again trying to capitalize, but not able to do it. And there goes a jawbreaker there. The A-lister is down, but Maurice yet again adding another distraction to Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler's not able to capitalize on anything he does, but Miz, he definitely doesn't have a lot left either. Oh no, but this right here. Oh, inverted DDT and dropping Ziggler on his head. He got busted open somehow. I don't know how that happened. As there goes another dropkick attempt to the knee, but then Miz was not able to land it. These two men are absolutely going after each other. What a match on Smackdown Live. Both of these men are putting on one hell of a performance as Miz just stomping one hell of a mud hole into Dolph Ziggler, and now Miz trying to take advantage as he has Dolph Ziggler down. If it wasn't for Maurice, I honestly feel like the Miz would have been out of here, even though he kicked out of 2 super kicks. And there goes an attempted elbow by the Miz, but not able to hit anything. Dolph Ziggler seeing it coming. As now you see the blood on the knuckles of the Miz. This has been a very violent match. Both men bleeding from the forehead. Just small little cuts for now, but that could change real quick. And just like that, that stomp right to the head of Dolph Ziggler. That right there will open up a cut. As you see the blood just pouring down the face of Dolph Ziggler. As now Ziggler able to get out of that real quick. And there goes a chop right to the chest. He knows he has to hit the Miz with something big. Another jawbreaker there, dropping the A-lister right on his throat. And now Maurice yet again. I'm so tired of seeing Maurice distract Ziggler. This right here is going to be the reason why the Miz may win this match. Is now look at the Miz softening up the legs, dropping Ziggler right on the knee. Now this is bad news as Miz yet again going for another dropkick, but Ziggler has saw all of them coming today, and this right here is going to be the 3rd face buster in this match. Is now the neck of the Miz just getting grabbed on the way down. And now what is Ziggler looking for here? Waiting for Miz to get to his feet. There goes a punch to the face followed by another zigzag, and that right there is going to ensure Ziggler the Money in the Bank. But no, Maurice yet again distracting the referee And now look at Ziggler waiting for Miz to get back to his feet. As now he was going for a second zigzag, but the Miz saw this one coming. As now face first goes Ziggler into the mat. As now the Miz is so lucky that he had Maurice on his side. There's been so many points in this match where Ziggler should have had the Miz done. Ziggler bleeding heavily from the forehead. He's definitely going to need some stitches after this match. If he makes it, and there goes, drop kick to the knee, finding its mark. And the Miz right here may be closing in on a victory if he's able to capitalize. And now Ziggler slowly getting to his feet. What's going to happen here is now Miz, I think he was thinking Skull Crusher finale, but Ziggler was able to counter that real quick with a right hand. And now Miz coming out of the corner like a bull in a china closet. He really wants this right now. I have not seen the Miz this dominant in a really long time. This is exactly what made him defeat Rob Van Dam. There goes another drop kick to the knee. As now Ziggler having problems getting up. This could be very bad for the Intercontinental Champion. And now the Miz delivers the Skull Crusher finale. Thank you for coming, Dolph. It's now Ziggler. As you see the blood squirting on the chest, Ziggler's out. Miz is going to Money in the Bank. No, Ziggler! Dolph Ziggler just kicked out of the Skull Crushing finale. This match continues. And the Miz, I feel like he thinks he won this match, but he did not win. Ziggler is still in it. Oh, I don't think the Miz wants to believe it. That's the issue. As now, there goes another shot to the face of Ziggler, followed by a second Skull Crushing finale. Well, if the first one didn't get it done, the second one definitely did. Thank you for coming, Dolph. Miz is going to Money in the Bank. So thanks to Maurice, the Miz was able to get a victory over the Intercontinental Champion, as Dolph Ziggler was not able to get the job done today. As the Miz was one hell of a competitor. He was the better man, as we normally say. So Dolph Ziggler just has to defend his championship at Money in the Bank, I guess. He really wanted to be included in that match, but thanks to Maurice and thanks to just the resiliency of the Miz, Ziggler was not able to get himself in that match. As you saw right there, that avalanche face buster, Ziggler tried everything in his arsenal, but it just was not enough. Miz just continued to kick out, and the fact that he was able to dodge two of those super kicks, it definitely did not help Ziggler. As now you saw that blood squirting on the chest. That right there was ugly. As Ziggler definitely gonna need some stitches. But there you have it, guys. The Miz, Bray Wyatt, and Matt Hardy, your three contestants in the Money in the Bank ladder match thus far. So who are going to be the other two? So it's going to be either AJ Styles and John Cena, and the winner of our qualifying match next week, and the mystery opponent. So, but we do know that the Miz will be there. He's going to be coming to play. Will this be your future WWE Champion? Well, guys, this is time for our main event, and it is for the WWE Championship. As this is our first ever WWE Championship match on Smackdown Live. We had a couple of them at the pay-per-views, but this right here is the rematch of the century, because we have not yet to see John Cena and AJ Styles go one-on-one for the WWE Championship in a singles match. So this right here is history in the making. Who's going to be coming out on top? Is that right there is the man who is looking to get his WWE Championship right back around his waist. As at Payback, John Cena was not able to get the job done in a triple threat steel cage match. AJ Styles, just as cunning as he is, was able to climb Mount Weasel out of that cage when Bray Wyatt and Cena were occupied. So John Cena right now is competing for either a possible Money in the Bank ladder match position or to be the man here on SmackDown Live. I mean, it is a win-win situation for both Cena and Styles in a way. But I'm sure that AJ Styles still would not want to lose that WWE Championship after just getting it at Payback. And John Cena will love nothing more than to be the champion here on SmackDown Live again. Cena was one hell of a fighting champion. We saw AJ Styles and Cena go one-on-one last week on SmackDown Live in a singles match. The title was not on the line. It was a grudge match, and it was interrupted by none other than the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, coming out and destroying both Cena and AJ Styles. So could John Cena defeat Styles tonight on SmackDown Live and get his championship back around his waist? as this is the man that is not happy at all. AJ Styles pretty much came out here telling Shane McMahon that he completely forgot about him winning the championship, but Shane McMahon said he did not. He actually paid very close attention to that match, thus why we have this match right here. And AJ Styles, literally less than a week after winning that title, he already has to defend it against Cena in a rematch. So what is the situation going on between Shane McMahon and AJ Styles? Because I think ever since a couple of weeks ago when those two spoke in the ring, there's just a bad vibe between these two men. There's always bad tensions when they step in the ring with each other. And just like that, Shane McMahon calling the shots on Smackdown Live, making life a living hell for AJ Styles. So he has a huge challenge ahead of him today in defending that WWE World Heavyweight title. Not a lot of people think that he's going to be able to hold on to it. A lot of people are thinking Cena's just going to grab it right back tonight. And thus, if Cena does beat Styles, he will be defending that WWE Championship against Randy Orton. So AJ Styles looks absolutely prepared to go, despite the fact that he did not want to face off for his WWE Championship tonight. So, pretty interesting situation here on SmackDown Live. I mean, we have 3 qualifiers already for the Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Matt Hardy, we have Bray Wyatt, and we just had The Miz qualify. So this is going to be one hell of a match. So John Cena looks ready to go. AJ Styles has to defend that championship in a pretty much impossible situation, just winning that title, coming back here tonight on SmackDown Live, and now he's stuck in a match with Cena. So if I was AJ Styles, I would not be a happy man right now. You could just tell that there's tensions on the face of Styles. He wants to murder Shane McMahon, but he's going to do what he must. He will defend that championship just to silence the critics. This is a huge opportunity for Styles to just prove that he's better than Cena. So could AJ Styles defeat Cena today in a one-on-one fair match? John Cena has no weapons this time, so it's not an Extreme Rules match like the first time he won. But there's no steel cage to climb out of either. So now here comes Cena and Styles. We've seen these two men lock up many times in the past, and now the referee calls for the bell, and this WWE Championship match is underway. So if you guys remember last week's match, AJ Styles was in control for a good portion of that, as this match starts out with a collar elbow tie up into a whole bunch of submission moves as Styles just wrenches the arm of Cena. As now there goes a kick right to the gut, and there goes some chops and some blows. As now AJ Styles is a great WWE champion, you cannot deny that. Look at that, that was nasty. Just wrapping Cena's throat over the rope. And now John Cena responding with a punch right to the gut. As now these two men definitely have no love lost for each other. We've seen a lot of tensions between Cena and Styles, but it seems more like AJ Styles has a little bit more of an issue with the Authority as of right now, as the Authority meaning Shane McMahon. And Shane McMahon, he's trying to find a way to keep Styles down in a way. And I mean, I can't really disagree with AJ Styles for feeling the way that he does, because I mean, just the thing, he's kicking Styles out of the championship picture if he loses this match tonight. So he's not even allowing Styles to have his rematch. So that's a little bit unfair if you're AJ. But I mean, we already have a #1 contender named in Randy Orton. So that's just, AJ Styles will just have to deal with it and accept competing in the Money in the Bank ladder match if he loses to Cena tonight. So there goes an elbow right to the chest of Cena. As now Styles continues to stomp all over John Cena. Styles wants to make sure that John Cena does not have another championship run here on SmackDown Live, because in a way Styles says that Cena is the epitome of disgrace. He says that John Cena is the figurehead for people who don't have a chance in hell to succeed in this business, to have hope. And I don't feel like it's right of AJ Styles to feel that way about the other superstars, but I mean that's how the Phenomenal One thinks. He feels that he's the only supreme athlete here on the roster as opposed to a couple of his buddies, and he just feels that he should be the one holding the gold. So if you can't lie, AJ Styles is your champion right now. So Randy Orton's definitely sitting in the back watching this match. So I know that both competitors right now have to keep Randy Orton on the back of their minds, because after this match, it's not going to be smooth sailing to Money in the Bank, because they have to deal with the Viper. It's now Styles with a cover on Cena. He goes a kick out there by John Cena right now. John Cena trying his best to stay in this match, but AJ Styles is in deep control. These two men had a monumental match last week on Smackdown Live. We didn't think that we'll be seeing them face off 1 week after for the World Championship. But now Styles was thinking for a right hook, but now Cena picks him up and drives him down face first. That right there is vintage John Cena. As he picks Styles up for what looked like to be a fall away slam, and then just dropping the champion down on his head is now. I don't think Cena got all of that elbow to the face, but he definitely did some damage. Now Styles is not going to stay down. One thing that AJ Styles said is that he's going to prove that he's the best champion on SmackDown Live. And you can't lie, AJ Styles was champion in leading into our universe mode. He did lose the championship at Extreme Rules, but he just got it back at Payback. So if Styles is able to defeat Cena here tonight and hold on to his championship, we may be seeing the beginning of a very lengthy title run for AJ Styles. It's now Cena grabbing AJ. What does he got playing here? I think he's going for a sunset flip, and Cena sunset flip to the champion, dropping Styles on the back of his head. You're seeing a little bit more of an aggressive side from John Cena today as well, because he wants his title back. He cares about that more than anything, and especially since it's back behind the waist of Styles. He wants to end this championship reign as fast as possible. As now the 5-knuckle shuffle may spell the end, and now he's following up with the AA. Styles goes down. AA by John Cena. Will we have a new WWE Champion tonight on SmackDown Live? But no, Styles kicks out at 2. You had to think that John Cena felt like he had this match in the bag, but Styles not staying down. John Cena, one of the toughest superstars on the roster. It's going to take a lot to defeat him here tonight, but it's also going to take a lot to defeat AJ Styles. The WWE Champion is no slouch, as now I think AJ Styles was planning for that fireman's carry into the neck breaker, but it just didn't happen that way, as John Cena was able to see it coming. There goes another cover by Cena to Styles, and Styles kicks out at 2. One thing about these two men always fighting is that they tend to learn the strategy of the other men, and you're starting to see that there's a lot more counters in this match than normal, because Cena and Styles both know each other's game plan. Snap suplex there by the champion, and that last knee busting open John Cena. This has been a pretty bloody episode of SmackDown Live, guys. We saw plenty of blood in the last match between The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. And now look at Styles grabbing Cena, fireman's carry into the neck breaker. Will that be enough to keep Cena down? AJ Styles goes right into the cover. Will this be enough? AJ Styles for the title, but Cena kicks out at 2.5. AJ Styles was a millisecond away from retaining the WWE World Heavyweight title, and you could see that he is frustrated. He had Cena down, but now John Cena trying to get back to his feet. The blood coming down the forehead of John Cena. That knee from AJ Styles was absolutely gruesome. And now look at Cena, and there goes a springboard stunner as AJ Styles is down, and Cena trying to cheer on the crowd, trying to get everybody behind him, saying that he's going to possibly win this match and become the champion yet again. As now Styles trying to climb his way back to the ropes, and now look at Cena go for the STF, and Styles in a world of trouble. Styles already got hit with that AA, and now Styles was able to get to the ropes before Cena delivered any significant damage. Now Styles grabbing the arm of John Cena. What is Styles gonna have to do to keep him down? There goes another snap suplex. John Cena is getting taken down by AJ Styles. He's taking the best moves that Styles has. Styles needs to probably go for a Styles Clash or a phenomenal forearm to possibly put Cena away tonight. Styles cannot play around with Cena too much because he already took an AA. It's now AJ Styles waiting for Cena to get to his feet. John Cena needs to be able to see this coming, and Styles, phenomenal forearm, but Cena able to dodge it. Cena saw it coming. but he was way too fatigued to capitalize on that mistake from Styles. And now Cena tossing Styles into the turnbuckle. And Styles, there goes the elbow to the face of John Cena. This is one hell of a grueling match as now Cena picks him up and Styles able to land on his feet. Pele kick, catching Cena right on the bloody forehead. And you see the blood just squirming out of the head of Cena. This is starting to get really brutal for the former WWE Champion as Cena getting his shoulder up at 2.5 again. AJ Styles now really needs to get the advantage. And now look at this as AJ Styles puts him into the calf crusher as now Cena's in a world of trouble. The #1 contender is in a world of trouble with Cena able to elbow Styles right in the back. I mean, that is not pleasant, but it is effective as now Cena picks up Styles, but Styles sees it coming, counters that. There goes a punch right to the gut. And now what is Styles doing here? Styles clash maybe? There goes the power bomb, dropping Cena right on the back of his head. John Cena was not able to get the job done with the STF, but Styles not able to get the job done with the calf crusher either. As now Cena comes back to his feet. Styles, phenomenal forearm, hitting Cena right on the back of the neck. Styles needs to capitalize. And there goes John Cena. Drop toe hold there to the WWE Champion. You see the blood just coming out the face of John Cena. Cena does not have a lot left in this match, guys. He's taken a lot of punishment by the champion. AJ Styles is proving that he wants to be WWE Champion more than anybody. As now Styles takes down Cena. This is not looking good at all for John Cena, but he nails Styles with another uppercut. Picks up AJ Styles. What does he have planned here? Drops him face first yet again. And I think Cena may be trying to cut open AJ Styles. Let's now look at this. Cena going for a little 5-knuckle shuffle action for the second time in this match. As now Styles in a world of trouble. 5-knuckle shuffle on the WWE Champion. And now Cena planning to go for another AA. If he delivers this may be the end of Styles' title reign. And now Cena, AA to AJ Styles. There goes the cover. Will Styles be able to kick out of this again? And Styles kicks out at 2. What a match here on Smackdown Live, guys. This is all for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Like and subscribe to Kaisah Wrestling if you love what you are seeing right now. This right here is probably one of the best matches I've witnessed on Smackdown Live in a long time, guys. As now Styles getting back to his feet, swiping down John Cena. What does he have planned here? Is now Styles going for an attempted kick. Not able to hit anything. Is now Cena gets driven into the mat by AJ Styles. Styles has had an answer for everything that John Cena's thrown at him. Cena needs to deliver something huge. As now there goes a punch right to the face. Styles may be in trouble here. Cena, there goes a single-handed full Nelson neck breaker. That right there was brutal. And now Cena ground and pound to AJ Styles, trying to bust open the WWE Champion. And that is just the thuggish style of John Cena. He will bust you open if he has to. And AJ Styles has proven that he has no respect for John Cena as there goes a stomp right to the elbow. And oh no, AJ Styles is on that apron. If he delivers this phenomenal forearm, this may be the end of John Cena right here. And the WWE Champion delivers it. Cena's down. AJ Styles now goes back to the outside, and now there goes, oh, springboard elbow attempt, but not able to land. The problem is that AJ Styles is not getting all of these phenomenal forearms. He's only connecting to the neck, and even though it's effective, it's not keeping Cena down for the 3 count. There was a kick right to the back. This has been a pretty good match. Some great matches on SmackDown Live already. That Miz versus Ziggler match was absolutely revolutionary. Now AJ Styles versus John Cena, definitely not disappointing anybody. Now Styles with the fist in the face of Cena. Will this be able to keep him down? Cena in a world of trouble. Kick out at 2. AJ Styles, you can tell he's starting to get frustrated because John Cena just will not stay down. And now Cena grabbing AJ Styles, driving his arm right first into the ring. And now, what will Cena do here? It's AJ Styles with the counter, pushes Cena down, and puts him into the half crab. Cena in a world of trouble, no. Cena able to grab the rope on time. As now, John Cena with a bloody face and everything. He needs to hit something big to come back in this match. He needs to turn this match around. The AA before, he hit 2 AAs on AJ Styles, but it was not able to keep him down. As now, look at Cena with those shots to the gut. AJ there with a takedown to Cena. As now, look at this. AJ, German suplex there on Cena, the release German. As now, Styles trying to get some momentum back on his side. And now look at this, as AJ goes yet again for the calf crusher, and Cena's touching the ropes, but AJ Styles goes for the pinfall anyway, as that may have taken a lot out of Cena, but Cena kicks out at 1.5. The problem is that AJ Styles' moves are just not landing the way that they should, but now AJ may be thinking Styles Clash is now John Cena in a world of trouble. AJ Styles has Cena up. Styles Clash there on Cena. Will this be enough to keep the #1 contender down? AJ Styles is going to leave with the championship. No! John Cena kicks out at 2.5. AJ Styles' best move was not able to keep Cena down. And now there goes Cena with an elbow to the face. AJ Styles is absolutely beside himself. He can't believe that John Cena kicked out of that Styles Clash. As now John Cena dragging down Styles. He needs to find something to keep the champ down. As now there goes another counter by Styles. And Styles with a punch to the gut. And there goes a pendulum backbreaker there to John Cena. Well, kudos to John Cena. He's definitely earned this match tonight, as now that blood just splattered all over the chest of Cena. John Cena is definitely not looking like a champion right now. AJ Styles is giving him an ass whooping. There goes an enziguri to the back of the head. I think if AJ Styles delivers one more Styles Clash, it may be the end for the former WWE Champion. Now there goes Cena with an elbow to the gut of Styles. And now look at this. Cena, AA out of nowhere. AJ Styles did not even see it coming. Cena may have this match, and John Cena is the new WWE Champion. I cannot believe what I just saw. John Cena destroying AJ Styles again with that AA. AJ Styles was just not able to hold on to the WWE Championship, and now AJ Styles is a member of the Money in the Bank ladder match, and he's going to be absolutely beside himself. As that right there, we thought this was it. John Cena looked like he was not going to come back at many points of this match. But at the end of the day, John Cena proving everybody wrong, that he was able to take a beating. And there right there was the springboard stunner, but that person was in the way, and that AA out of nowhere. AJ Styles had no response for that, as John Cena proving that he deserves to be the WWE Champion. Cena defeating AJ Styles tonight in one-on-one action, and that right there is your new WWE Champion. Well, wait a minute, look who's there. The #1 contender, Randy Orton. There goes a clothesline to Cena. And just like that, you had to know that Randy Orton was going to do this to whoever won that match, just to prove a message. And there goes Cena. DDT on the new WWE Champion. We need to get some help out here. Randy Orton absolutely tearing apart the WWE Champion. What is he doing? He's now Orton tossing Cena. Oh no. Ah! You heard Randy Orton just screaming at John Cena. This right here is pure destruction by the Viper. And now, oh, I thought he was going for that RKO, but no. Randy Orton planning for that punking. Oh my God. John Cena may be out of it. After that match with AJ Styles, Randy Orton just punting John Cena in the side of his head. Well, that right there shows you that Randy Orton is not going to go down to anybody. So it's going to be Cena versus Orton at Money in the Bank, if Cena can make it to Money in the Bank. Thank you for watching Smackdown Live. This is Kaisah Wrestling. Please like and subscribe if you like what you just saw.